Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Doing Better with Bree. It's your girl Bree, and baby, we have some things to talk about. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, hey y'all, do me a favor though. Turn on those notifications, like, share, repost. I am a new creator on this platform, and all of your help is highly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe for me, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's topic of discussion. So, as we all know by now, Cardi B and Stefon have given birth to their baby. And the internet is in a frenzy over the birth and announcement of her child. And there's a lot of allegations going on here about whose baby it could be and so forth. But the biggest one that stands out the most is Offset. So allegedly he took to social media and tweeted, "That's my kid." Had people like, what? What do you mean that's your child? And so Cardi B allegedly responded saying, he's pretty much obsessed. At this point, it's beyond being mad. I'm kind of concerned. And this man is getting obsessed. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about more than likely what we think is going to happen in their relationship, what we can learn to apply to our lives and what we can do better. And then really just kind of figure out what honestly the fuck happened here, because this is a lot. Offset is a narcissist. Okay, we know that. We know everyone loves to throw around what a narcissist is and break down what they think a narcissist is, and really just comes down to a self-absorbed, self-centered person that is always out for self and puts themselves above everyone else, period. Now, you can break it down deeper if you want to, but that's pretty much what a narcissistic person is, and that is their personality traits. Now, is Offset a narcissist? Yes, but Cardi feeds into his narcissistic ego by responding, feeling like she has to one-up him, and going back and forth with the game. If you honestly want to be done with a narcissist, you stop playing the game. When you don't react, when you allow yourself to think about things before just reacting to what a narcissist does, then they have no power. They'll either feel like your reaction time is taking too long, or that you just obviously don't want to play their game, and they usually, move on and find a new victim, because narcissists, it's a lifelong thing. They will always just find a new victim. Most people just do not grow out of being a narcissist, just saying. Now, when a narcissist cannot get over on you, or they feel as though you have gotten over on them, they will take the final step in their narcissistic plan, and that is attempt to destroy you from within. Now, you thought that that's what they were doing the first time you guys fell out. No, that was just them showing their true colors. They necessarily didn't have a plan. They weren't strategic in the takedown. They just got tired of keeping up the wall, and so they decided to let it all hang out, and then you started seeing their flaws, their cheating, their lying, their gaslighting, and all of that, and then either you decided to leave or they pushed you away because you've seen too much at that point. What we have here is a case of a narcissist who wants to actually, more than likely, get back in her graces so that he can take her down from within. I would say 80-something% sure at some point soon, Offset is going to attempt to try and woo Cardi B back like he has done so many times before, because a baby don't stop shit. Okay, everybody talking about they don't date baby mamas and baby daddies, but the babies keep getting made. Someone out here got 3-4 baby daddies. How y'all not dating baby daddies and baby mamas when woman is out here, single woman got 4 baby daddies? How does that even happen? Because they still out here dating baby mamas, right? Okay, cool. So a baby don't stop. What? Nothing. Okay, and Cardi B has had to accept his children. He will learn to accept hers, i.e., that's my kid. That is still legally his wife. Damn near that is their kid. That's his kid. That's his stepchild at this point. That's his stepchild. Yeah. If we want to be legal, if we want to be technical about it, that's his stepchild. And he got to do what he got to do behind his stepchild. We can be mad about it all we want to, but he's claiming something that technically it is, they're still legally married. That's technically his stepchild. And He is so calculated that he will try and get back with Cardi B, do all the things that she likes, because a narcissist knows how to get their girl back. A narcissistic man know exactly how to get their girl back. It is up to the woman to put her foot down. And most women, they love to be loved. They love to feel as though they're being loved. They love to feel as though they were right. They love to have a man come crawling back, crying and pleading and begging. I know I do. I love when they come back crying and pleading and begging. But at the same time, I know to stop thinking with here and start thinking with here. If he's coming back after doing me some type of diabolical, not just regular fucking up. There's regular fucking up and then there's diabolical ass shit. When we get to the point of a man doing some diabolical ass shit and then wanting to come back to you, baby, just know that he's coming back to finish you the fuck off, okay? He's coming back to finish you off. He didn't get you as good as he wanted to get your ass the first time. And if you let him back in, he gonna finish your ass off. Ask a lot of these women who went back to their cheating ass husbands. Ask a lot of these women who went back to a man who had a baby on them. They were destroyed after that. Their mental health was in the toilet. They were just going through the motions. Like, it was as if they weren't even aware of the reality that they had set for themselves, because they just cannot believe that a man got over on their ass that damn well. Only some women are going to be strong enough to defeat a narcissist. And you know how strong you have to be? You have to be so strong that you say nothing. And that's hard for a lot of women because we love to run our mouth. I know I do. Because what you said, what's the problem is? Who want an issue? Baby, but asking me to be quiet is one of the hardest things to do. And I've had to humble myself over the years and learn how to be quiet in certain situations because this situation is not serving me. And the more I give it energy, the more it is going to, you know what I'm saying? You're just going to keep feeding in the energy and it's just going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where you're not going to be able to back out of the bullshit. Okay, so you have to go silent. You have to give them nothing to react on. You have to give them nothing to pull up later and say, you said, you have nothing on me because I ain't said shit to your motherfucking ass. I ain't said nothing to your funky breath ass. Leave me alone. That's how you have to be with the narcissist. You can't even say leave me alone. You just got to disappear. And that's hard for someone in a position like Cardi B that is a celebrity. You can't disappear. You know what I'm saying? Somebody always know where you at. These celebrities, they got connections. He can pay for a spy. He probably know all her business, her location. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they live in a different type of lifestyle. But for the average woman, what you can do is straight up disappear and give this person no energy, no access, no nothing. And we'll talk a little bit about that later. I'm gonna focus on Cardi B and Offset right now and figure out more than likely what's going to happen. Now, Offset does not want Cardi B back because he genuinely loves Cardi B, because if a man genuinely loves you, he doesn't play the games that Offset has played. He doesn't do the things that Offset has done. He tolerated Cardi B. He enjoyed physical activities with Cardi B. He probably even loves his children that he had with Cardi B. But her as a person, he just knows how to work Cardi B, and he knows how to make her use her energy to make him look good. He ciphered her energy to make himself look good and seem more appealing. Cardi B gave him the energy that he needed to go out here and attempt to destroy her, but she took her power back when she decided to reproduce with someone else. And in his mind, that was like an ultimate betrayal for a woman who has had all of her children by the same man. Now, should have Cardi B had this baby? Fuck no. I believe Cardi B should have went quiet, disappeared for a little while, and then came back with some fire ass shit, some hot girl shit. But she decided to do what she did, and that's her life. Okay, cool. But we're going to talk about it because a lot of people are influenced by this bullshit, and I'm telling you, it don't work. Because Cardi B do not love Stefon. She still has feelings for Offset, and that sucks because your narcissist usually doesn't really love you. They just have this undying connection to you, like she said, obsession. But a woman will love a man like that. Narcissistic men, they are incapable of loving anybody but themselves. That's why I'm saying he don't love Cardi B. He don't love nobody. He love himself. His ego is so big that he feels as though he should be worshipped by other women. That's why he keeps going out here and cheating with as many women as he can to feed into that ego and that energy. Now, Cardi B is either going to do one of two things. She's either going to move on, but she's not going to be with Stefon. They're not going to be a thing. This will all just be some Am I the Drama trilogy story. And she'll move on, have her child, they'll co-parent, and she might get with somebody later on after taking a little break. You know, she got to go get her body redid. She's going to fall off the scene and just do her mommy thing for just a little bit. After dropping this album, she'll come back and work harder. We'll see what she's doing. Maybe go on a single journey for a while like people have been begging her to do. Or she might pop out with a new man. Or She does what a lot of women do and just say fuck it and go back to that narcissist and be miserable. Now, she's going to put on a good front like my man got my man back. But in reality, behind closed doors, it's probably not even given that. It's giving he's still for the streets, and he's probably going to try and play with her ass again. Now, whether he would play with her publicly or just in quiet, that's different. Because some narcissists know that they would rather have you in their life in some capacity rather than not have you in it at all. And Cardi B got to the point where he wasn't around at all. He wasn't allowed to be in her space, in her place at all. And a narcissist cannot stand that. So a lot of them will play ball with you in order to have access to you. So for her, it's this public cheating. Will he stop cheating? Maybe not. But publicly, yeah, he might be able to be a little bit slicker and quieter with it, putting it on pause in the event that they decide to get back together, and then starting it back up, and a couple months or a year or two later, but doing it really discreetly, some NDA sign, and no more public humiliation. And that is how a lot of couples are able to move on and so-called rekindle their relationship. A lot of these older couples did things like that. Something usually happened terrible in the relationship a couple years in, lying, cheating, side babies, other families, but you wonder what kept them together. The narcissistic person usually comes back crying and pleading, saying that they're going to do better. And then the other person starts saying, but you got to show me that you're going to do better, I'm going to leave. So what are they going to do? They're going to play ball to secure their situation. Do they usually ever change their patterns and their characteristics and things like that? Fuck no. They will still go out here and do it. They just going to put it on pause and act right to keep you, unaware of what's really finna go down, okay? To get your guard down. Once you start feeling comfortable about 90 days in of your man being consistent and doing what you asked him to do, and he's doing the most, and he's showing up, and he's hugging and kissing, and he's trying to be the best boyfriend or best man that he can be to you, that's when a lot of women like myself, we get to worrying. Because why you wasn't doing this shit before? Why does it take all this for you to get to acting right? And you start realizing that it's all a calculated move in order to get back in your good graces. Once they are back in your good graces again, they will attempt to destroy you, but this time from within. He tried to destroy her from a distance. The next time he will try and destroy her from within. He will more than likely try and give her another baby following up, because that's sometimes what they do. They try and out baby the next person. So he might follow up and try and give her another baby, trapping her into a relationship with him, because Cardi B has always wanted a family, and so she will lean in on that I want to keep my family together bullshit. More than likely stay. He will think that he's an honorable man for raising Stefon's kid or being the primary parent that is around that child. It is more of a strategic, more calculated way, I think, when it comes to these relationships, because at the end of the day, it's all literally a calculated game to a lot of people, and they are hoping that the results end up being one or two. When it gets down to it, people try and move in whichever way their best interest. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do what's in their best interest when it comes to something like this. I would not be surprised if Cardi B and Offset were back together in like 2 years or something like that, if less. It's sad we live in a society where if you overhype a man, he will show you every time why you shouldn't have. Like, statistics are still what they are. People are unhappy. The divorce rates are high. And people will try and put on a front like they are happy in a relationship. As a girly who was always in a relationship ever since I could fucking date, always had a boyfriend, even if I broke up with one, there was never longer than 6 months before I was having a new boyfriend. Showing you how easy it is to go out here and just attach yourself to someone. A lot of people are not even super happy in their relationships. They are just codependent, bored, in survival relationships, just passing time sometimes. Literally, that's what it be. And they will shame people for not wanting to be in a relationship or not wanting to be married or not wanting to have kids, because once you do, you attach yourself to that person no matter what. You will be connected to them. Even if you're not together, what they do will still more than likely affect your life, especially when it comes down to the children. Really want to think about if that's something that you genuinely want to do. Is it worth it? Is what all you know now, all this content being pushed out, worth what you might be giving up, your freedom? Literally. You can come and go. No man. Do what you want. Make your money. What the fuck is so appealing to young women now? I promise you, if I had this content pushed out to me as a millennial, I probably would have not done some things. Love being a mom, but I'm just saying, I was on the very beginning of it. There was no TikTok, YouTube shorts. There weren't women really out here pushing this type of content, warning young women to not just go out here and attach themselves to men. There was romance novels and shows about falling in love with the local boy at your high school and being with him forever. There was stories about, losing your virginity on prom night to your high school crush and ending up pregnant. Like, we had different type of lore. And a lot of women from back then wish that they had the information that was pushed out here, telling you to travel and go all these places and see all these things that these creators are doing. And like, oh, wow, she went there and they did this. Why are you guys making the decision to more than likely be in a toxic relationship? It just makes no sense. But I see why a lot of women do it, because the content that is pushed out here is telling you that relationships will be love and fun and light until they're just fucking not. And then you're going tweet for tweet on social media. Because that's the reality. You got to worry about your man cheating. You got to worry about dying, giving birth. You got to worry about if you're going to have a child with special needs. You're going to have to worry about money. You're going to have to get a bigger car, a bigger place. You're just going to have more. You're going to have to really put your energy and time into someone else outside of yourself. You're going to have to be selfless, even when you want to be selfish. You're still going to have to find time to be you, which will be hard. You're going to crave the little moments. You're going to be super excited about little things that people will look at you like, why are you so excited to just have an hour in the park by yourself, where they can do that whenever they want. Yes, you might have that feeling of wanting a child. It comes and it goes, just like love. Love is fleeting. It comes and it goes. Okay. A lot of us have been in love so many times. It doesn't even, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't even ring like it used to. Like that whole, I love you. Like, so does everybody else. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of these men have been told I love you in multiple different ways. Whispered in the ear while they getting freaky with a girl. Over dinner, holding hands. Like, some people have heard I love you in some of the most romantic ways, and it still doesn't even mean shit anymore, because people move the fuck on when they're not happy. No one stays around but when things get hard. But they do come back after they find out how fucked up it really is out there. And that's more than likely what's going to happen here with Cardi B. And as a young lady, if you have somebody in your life that did not treat you right, that did not do right by you, that completely traumatized you when it came to relationships, and you don't know if you want that person back, and you don't know if there is a chance for you guys in the future, because you might be saying, well, we're young and we make mistakes, but I still care. Don't motherfucking do it. Now, if you need to stay around somebody until you hate them, some girls practice that method. Okay, cool. But just know that at some point you're going to have to leave. You cannot stay where people like to play with you. It's not going to work out good for your mental health. And Cardi B's mental health is only a little bit better because she has money and she can pay for spa days and vacations and turn off her phone and have her assistant help her. An average woman, you are not going to be able to do that. You're still going to have to go to work and function and take care of life and your kids and everything when you're going through a major meltdown and or heartbreak over a narcissistic person in your life that you might have children with. You'll have to learn how to compartmentalize things and grow up and just really stand on business. And a lot of women don't really want to have to live like that. That's what we can do better. We can put ourselves in situations where once we notice narcissistic behavior, we leave them the fuck alone. As soon as you notice it, you don't wait till 3-4 kids in to be like, oh, why are they so obsessed with me? Cardi B. I love how original she is. I love how she was able to bring herself up from nothing into something. I love that for her. Now, do I love the decisions that Cardi B has made? Fuck no. I really feel like something is off in here. But then again, she's a Libra. No shade, but a little shade. Like, pull your shit together. Y'all make some of the most craziest rash decisions that you ultimately still have to deal with your fucking self. Like, on purpose. Like, y'all be doing it on purpose, trying to prove a point. And then the point ended up proving you. Like, what the fuck was this, Cardi? You're supposed to be right now being a baddie somewhere, tight body, with a new trainer, making bitches mad. You didn't make nobody mad. You were the drama because we couldn't believe that you went out this sad. But nobody was mad at you, Cardi. Most women aren't jealous of a pregnant woman. It's not giving what the fuck y'all be thinking that it be giving. And as a mother myself, I'm telling you, nobody is jealous of your ass because you are pregnant. Don't nobody give a fuck about you. Motherfuckers is taking trips. They is on a passport, getting the fuck out of here. They realize that life is bigger than a motherfucking kid that you're gonna have to take care of and feed and deal with and do all this extra shit for. Like, nobody is jealous of your big ass. Y'all gotta stop thinking that somebody is jealous. I don't care if you took somebody man. I don't care if you're dealing with somebody boyfriend, baby daddy. Nobody jealous of your funky breath ass just because you had a kid. No, because that's a life altering decision. Okay? The girls that win are the girls that get away with your man and had no kid with him and live their motherfucking life. Them the bitches that really be winning, like done had your man, took him all up through there, had him all in the mall and doing shit, and get the fuck on with their motherfucking life, never to be heard from again. Skedaddled, skadooshed, that stayed there and tried to prove a point to another bitch. Like, you already got the bitch's man. Like, why you gotta have a baby? Why you gotta do all that? That's the energy Cardi B give. She'll try and take somebody man and then try and prove a point by having a baby with them. Or like she did with her man. Oh, you think you gonna cheat on me? Watch me go over here and one up you and have a baby with another man that she know is not a good man, that she know be out here playing, that she know got other kids on the way and have other kids allegedly out here and stuff. Like, she know all of this. And you know why? She had her own plan, her own agenda, and she decided to do this thinking that it would work out better for her in order to try and prove a point to her ex. But then ultimately she's learning a lesson about a narcissist obsession, and her next lesson is going to very much test her, and it is going to be, how long can Cardi B stand on business behind Offset? It's been easy for these couple months because she had another man's baby growing in her. Once that baby is out and his narcissistic ass come around and say, do what he do and say what he say with that big BBD, because that's what Cardi B said. She said he got a big one. She said she was over there sitting on a pole. So when he come around with that, Cardi, you gonna have to look me in my eye and tell me you ain't hitting your husband, because I won't believe it. But you guys, what we have learned today is simple. Don't make such rash decisions. Pay attention to the warning signs early. If you realize that he is a narcissist, proceed with caution. Move calculated, not so much based off your heart. When you do, you will have yourself in situations where your heart will literally be achy, breaky, and damn near falling apart. I promise you, this motherfucker be lying to you. Okay? It do. You be thinking you in love, boo, you was in lust. You was going through some things. It was a lot going on. Your job was stressing you. You know what I'm saying? Be a list of stuff, and then it's just add on to it. Don't even put yourself in that type of situation. Get on. Okay? Decide what kind of lifestyle you want for you. Create yourself a mood board, a Pinterest board, a collage, whatever the fuck you got to do. And make sure that you put the things that you actually want in your life on there and you stick to that damn plan. There are some good men out here. Very few. Very motherfucking few. And I know that not all of you are going to get a good man. Shit. More than likely, we're just not, ladies. A lot of us aren't. But the few of you that do, congrats to you. The few of you that are able to have healthy, happy relationships with people that actually benefit you and want to see you win and want to see you grow and purposeful in their movement behind you and will never do anything to disrespect you, neglect you, will always protect you. May that be the type of love that finds you. If you are lucky enough to get that type of love, baby, you better cherish it, because there are women out here who would fight for that, who would kill for that, who would do anything for that, and will never, ever, ever at any point in their life receive that. And that is one of the hardest realities of being a human, is realizing that nobody has to love your funky breath ass. Don't nobody have to love you. You can keep getting used. You can keep getting abused. You can keep getting played with. That can keep being your motherfucking reality. If you keep allowing yourself to be played with, you will spend your entire life trying to love somebody that don't love your ass. Some people will spend their entire life trying to prove a point to a bitch from 30 years ago. Some people will spend their entire life trying to stand on business, knowing like, what are you standing for? You already lost. You lost. Okay? You have to try and do better for yourself. Do better for you, not for nobody else. Make decisions for the greater good, not just for self. You got to think about your kids if you got kids. You got to think about your family if you got family. Why are you going to bring the ghetto ass nigga into the family? We don't want him at Thanksgiving. We don't want him at the family functions. Why is you bringing the one that put his hands on people to the family functions? Some of y'all need to be fucking stopped. And I hope that the message gets to you and you're fucking stopped, because I stopped as a girl who made terrible decisions when it came to men that I dated. I woke the fuck up and said, you know what? No more. No fucking more. You're not going to run my life. You're not going to talk to me crazy. You want to see a crash out? I'll give you a crash out. But don't be over here screaming and waving the white flag when I start fucking crashing out on your ass. I don't take no disrespect. I ain't taking no neglect. You're not going to play with me. You're going to do what you say you're going to do. And if you can't, excuse you and get the fuck on. If I have to be by myself and play with this cat for the rest, then that's just what I'm going to have to motherfucking do. Or I'm going to get me a man that stand on business behind me and I stand on business behind him. And that just is what it is. But if I don't, well, shit, hopefully the money find me. And that's how y'all ladies gotta move. Because it ain't no motherfucking point in being miserable for the sake of some funky ass love. Move better. Think more. Love with caution. Okay? But you guys, that's all the time that I have for today. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And like I always say, do 1% better a day, get your bag, and stay out the way. Y'all do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, like, share, repost, and come back for the next one. I appreciate you guys so much. Peace.